Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I apologize for my voice. I am a little bit sick, but it is April 30th, 2026. I ended up taking one trade today. It was a short on NQ down to the external draw over here. It ended up getting stop break even after almost coming close to my TP. My TP was a little bit, it was somewhere around here, just a little bit past that low. Very unfortunate, but I'll go ahead and play the trade recording and get into the breakdown. Alright, so coming into today, just starting off on the 4 hour, the first thing we notice is that we have, and we're in a little bit of a range, but we have this SMT here with this internal buy side, and we swept out the external buy side over here, and we have, uh, yeah, like we have like double SMT right here. ES put an SMT, failed to create a higher high, and then NQ put another SMT. So dropping down to the hourly, coming to open, we are inside of this hourly gap, which is also in OTE of the range. And I was actually open to longs as well as shorts today. I just had to wait for price to play out because while we did take this external buy side, we did sell off into this range, come back to the range, put it at SMT. I still noticed that ES was bullish. We are close to all-time highs. We did inverse this range. We are just in a range in general. Uh, we are flipping pretty aggressively on uh, NQ. We are all-time highs, so I could just see a potential trade back to all-time highs. And my condition for that was, since we had a lack of manipulation, I saw this hourly gap right here. If I could, it's a very, very tiny hourly gap. But if we wanted to wick down into it, potentially go into 50% of the range, have a heavy rejection, and go back up, I could target some buy side draws. Or if we just completely sold off, there was this hourly gap down here. And also on the 15, we had some stacked lows, some low resistance here. And also the 15-minute internal sell side is also with that tiny hourly gap. So that's just kind of what I was paying attention to coming to the open. Also, the daily uh, was it left very little wick and was kind of rejecting these highs coming to open. So that was another reason to short just the daily Po3, and also the weekly uh, is rejecting these highs, and we have some unfilled gaps down below. So off open, we immediately dump. We put in no wick at 9:30, and we have no internal manipulation to the upside. Let me go to the 1 minute here. Yeah, we have no internal manipulation to the upside. We just dump. So here I'm thinking, okay, maybe the longs will play out because now we have this these failure swings here, and we just continue the trend higher, go back to all-time highs. But we just continue to dump, continue to dump. So now this 1 hour is the draw. And so far we've dumped, 160 points. And I didn't want to take any trades here because I still thought that longs could be a possibility. So I just wanted it to be a little bit more confirmed. There wasn't enough clear structure to take a short. We did rebalance here, reject, but I just wasn't very confident since 930 didn't open up at all. So I was just going to wait to see if we continue going a lot lower, or I won't take a trade, or if we reject off of this level and we go all the way back up 930 open, go all the way back up to these highs, because then it would look something like us coming down here to 50% and then rejecting all the way back up. That would give me a lot of confidence for longs. So, and also like the 4 hour, you know. So, but we continue dumping, and ES also has its draw, which is it's down here, and then I think what is it? We got a 15. Uh, we have like this LR here. Yeah, it's just like the LR uh, here. So ES has a draw intact, NQ has a draw intact. So we continue dumping. We put in this SMT. I did not take this initial setup because given to where we were, and I wasn't super confident in the structure in his shorts at this moment, even though we, displaced pretty heavily. The 15-minute candle, here it rejected. I didn't want to get caught in any chop and anything of that sort, so I waited a little bit. So we put in the SMT. It was also a 5-minute gap here that we tapped on ES, and we continue to displace lower. And at this point, the draw, which is the external draw here, the external range low that we could soup is still intact. So we go down and we edge it, and ES also edges its draw. We come up and we fill this 1-minute gap that we already tapped. We manipulate the internal high. We get a second internal manipulation with an SMT. And if you were watching this in real time, we rejected very heavily. And also, this trade is after 10 a.m., which is what I was waiting for. The hourly candle closes extremely aggressively, so there's zero chance that we don't go to this draw at this point. And then 10 a.m. also opened high. So we closed down here with very little wick, a 9 a.m. candle. We open high with zero wick, like it's barely anything. And we come up and we tap into this PD array. We're watching this in real time. We put an SMT here, and then as soon as we put in the SMT, we had an extremely heavy rejection, and this candle flipped all the way on this body, 42 points in like half a second. Let me actually go to the 5-second time frame just so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, we put in the SMT, and then look at the 5 second. In 5 seconds, we just like 10 seconds, we had this massive flip here. So seeing that aggressiveness, I entered short. I got a little bit of a late entry because it was very quick. I got filled like somewhere in the middle of that wick. Stop went at the SMT high, and then my take profit was all the way down. Well, my take profit was for consistency on the evals, but so it was somewhere around here. But the full idea was at this external draw. So it was somewhere around here, and my plan was to go break even at the 10 a.m. wick once it flipped, because once it opens high, then flips back and goes back under the wick we created. Um, the idea there is just we should just continue flushing through because we already had the rejection. So that was my break even point. Went break even there, and just had my TP a little bit past it. We ended up getting edged. I thought I saw this candle and I was like, oh, this is free. This is gonna hit. Unfortunately, it does not end up hitting. And we come back up, tap my break even point, and then go lower. I was looking for a re-entry in here, but given how poor the delivery was, um, and the fact that we just didn't take it right there, and we also inverse this gap, I couldn't really find a viable entry. at this point forward. So I stayed out, and then we also got some nice longs afterwards. If you wanted to trade into the hourly gap, back into this range, we had a nice 10 a.m. Uh, power three the opposite direction. I traded the 10 a.m. power three by the open high. We also had the low put in, sweep the 9 a.m. candle, external draw, and then go back higher. So those longs weren't bad as well. But for full transparency reasons, I did end up blowing accounts last night in Asia. I was just on my computer and had opened up the charts and we were moving quite aggressively. I'll show you where we're moving. It was right here. And out of impulse and greed, I ended up bottom blasting the move. I entered like right here because I saw this aggressiveness in my mind. I was like, oh, I can quickly pass these evals. Ended up blowing the evals. Very, very. It's not unfortunate. It is fortunate actually because I'm able to learn a lesson from this, and it's completely my fault. There was no unluckiness involved in this. It was just complete, degeneracy on my part. Um, but yeah, we moved forward, and I learned from that. But I ended up taking a nice trade today, regardless of the result, regardless that it was break even. Very very disappointing as you can tell, but um, you know we move forward. So just gonna try and continue. I mean, not try, but I need to continue to follow my rules. Be a disciplined trader. Trust my edge, develop my edge, collect data, um, and make progress.